Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and this is the program that you're listening to. Banned from the Bible, 3 books in 1. The book of Enoch, Jubilee, and Hasher. You gotta read Hasher, Jasher first. That's the time we left for God to win the promised land the first time. Jubilee is the prophecy, everything that was going to happen until from the time we left the garden unto this day. Enoch is the prophecy, everything that was going to happen in the world from generation to generation. Next book, the law of God, the Apocrypha, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, faith, patience, judgment, execution of judgment, prophecy of the last days, the last time. The Bible, how it was put together, who did it, when, where, and how did they put it together. And this how the Lord God brought me the book. It's a wisdom book. That's how he brought it to me. Next book the Lord God gave to me is the demons. You got to know the demons, man. The Testament of Solomon. Who they are, what they are, what frustrates them, who are over them. Man, the prophecy, they have a prophecy too that they say they was going to do in the last day and time, and they are doing them. And we are doing exactly what they say. You got to know the nature of them, what angels are over them, what frustrates them, what is their nature, what is their nature, what harms them, what hurts them. So you got to know all these things about these demons, man, because they running rampant, and the reason why they can do a lot of things because you don't believe they exist, really, but they do. Next book the Lord God gave to me to give unto you, the reason why I'm here. Yeah, you see, I'm going to send Elijah to you before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, and he shall turn the hearts of the children back to the father, the hearts back to the children. What? At least I come and strike the earth with a curse. But that's found in Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. But I suggest you read Malachi chapter 4, verse 4 through 6. So who are the false ones? The Testament of the 12 Patriarchs by Robert Henry Charles. So who are the fathers? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher, Joseph, and Benjamin. And man, they left us everything, man. They was on their deathbed, and they called them everybody together, and he told them, left them warnings of the last time, what is to look out for, prophecy of the last day, what's going to happen to us in the last day, how we was going to go in captivity, how long we was going to go in captivity, who's going to be over us in captivity, what we was going to become in captivity, and how we was going to get out this captivity. So that's the Testament of the 12 Priests, y'all, and that's about Robin. And I tell you all the time, man, these books are on YouTube, man. They have a lot of information on YouTube. And I suggest you get it now before they start cutting it off. Because once they cut it off, that's it. And all I can do is tell you the first and second book of Adam and Eve. So that's another book. That's the start of it, how it all started. Between man, Satan, and God. That's how it all started, man. You read that book, you get a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And the prophecy. God's prophecy. I mean, it's not really a prophecy. God just told them that what's going to happen. So I guess you can say it's a prophecy. The devil prophecy, what he said he's going to do, and he's doing it. Then you have the law of Adam prophecy. And Adam prophecy, a lot of that have been carried true already. So, and those books makes up what? The Holy Bible. The reason and purpose for everything under the sun. So the Holy Bible came from somewhere. So now you know where the Holy Bible came from. All right. Then we have yeah, I know I'm moving fast today because really I'm running late, but okay. Reason, the message the Lord God give to me to give to you, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And that's found in Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. Of course, I'm going to tell you read Zechariah chapter 4, verses 4 through 6. Amen. And then on the bottom of this page, you see they have Deuteronomy chapter 28 and Deuteronomy chapter 7. All this information the Lord God gave to me. All this that's on here, the Lord God gave to me. A dream, vision, come and told me and showed me where the scriptures was found at. And I just put it down on there and then give it this to who? His people. Give it to who? Israel. Give it to who? Those who seek our salvation. Man, that's what this is about. Of course, I have 2 dreams for you before I have 2 dreams. Before I get into dreams, because I always forget this book. The Knox of Gospel of Thomas, Mary, and John. They have things that they did. That Knox, Thomas, Mary, and John, they have things in that book just not found in the Holy Bible. What Jesus did, what Jesus said, not found in the Holy Bible. Not Thomas, Mary, and John, especially the Acts of John. But they also have things that Jesus said and done there in the Holy Bible, just written in a different form, different format. So that's another book. So let's get with it. So 2 dreams, man. First dream I had a lot of dreams, but if I don't get up and, like I say, if I don't get up and write something down, I'm gonna forget the dreams. I'm gonna forget them. And I had dreams, and like I said, I didn't get up and write them down, so I forgot. I mean, it just be like that sometimes, especially when you're fighting against the devil, and you know you're fighting against the devil. But anyway, so this morning, man, I get up at a certain time. I get up and say my prayers while before the sunrise or while the sun rises. But this morning, man, it was so hard, man. I just hit the snooze button, as they say. And so I went back to sleep. Right, but the first dream I had before that, yeah, I went back to sleep. But so while I noticed Satan was attacking, man. They had a bunch of women, and they were partying with a bunch of women, a few children. They were celebrating something. And man, they were just partying. I was there with them, and so they had these bottles and things that was on like in a loft, a loft. It's like a second floor. It's not a complete whole floor. It's just a little part where they sleep or do whatever they do, whatever they have there. So you just go up the ladder into the loft. So I go up in the ladder to the loft. So I bring it back. So I don't know what they part. I don't know what they're celebrating. I don't know what they part. I don't know that part. So, but I bring down a whole lot of bottles, a whole lot of, I guess they had alcohol in there, spirits. That's what they call them, spirits, wine, spirits. And it was all different color bottles. I mean, bottles might have been clear, but the contents of them were different color. So I bring them down there to the women. But the women act like they had been celebrating already. Looked like they just were celebrating and went to sleep and waking up and was celebrating again. So I bought the bottles and they started drinking and doing whatever they're doing again. And so they wanted some more. So I go up the ladder and to get another bottle. So this bottle here, it was gold. It was gold. Whatever liquid or whatever it was gold. And so so while I'm up there in the ladder, I'm trying to get it to bring it down. Next thing you know, I feel like I'm intoxicated. That's how I'm just telling how I was feeling, like I had been drinking something. And so I get to the ladder. The ladder's on the side of the loft, and I tell want somebody to hold the ladder so I can get down the ladder. So I see tell a child, the adults, well, they're all into it. They partying or whatever they're doing. They're full of it. So none of them come. So I saw the child, hold that ladder so I can come on down. So as he's holding the ladder for me to come down, I get on the ladder. Now I'm on the ladder. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I went down the ladder or not. And I said, man, I'm on this thing. I had dreams, or I went in dreams, especially when you're being attacked. Because I didn't get up at that time to say my prayers. So they attacked me. So when I was on the ladder, so I don't know what's going on. I know I had the bottles in my hand. I don't know if I'm going up the ladder, coming down the ladder. I don't know. I know I'm stuck on this ladder, and I done fell asleep on this ladder. So as you're you're getting deep into it, so then I realized. I said, man, I'm on a ladder, and I don't know if I got up and said my prayers or not. And then I woke up from that dream. Okay, so the next dream. Yeah, and so after I woke up from that dream, say my prayers and everything, so I laid back down in the bed, do my regular routine in the morning. So I laid back down in the bed, and all of a sudden, man, a hard, heavy sleep come on. Man, this sleep, so I just couldn't wake up. I couldn't get out of the bed. I couldn't do nothing, man. This sleep had come. Because some things, it's of God, and God wants to know or show you something. So He'll send you back to sleep so you can get that dream vision, night vision, or whatever He wants you to have. So, man, I get back in this hard sleep. So I see these men. Now, I'm not a part of the dream. I'm just watching the dream. Because some dreams you're a part of it. It's you, and some dreams you'll be watching. So I'm watching the dream. I'm watching this vehicle. It's a two-door vehicle, and it's green, like an OD green vehicle. But the top of it is like a convertible top, but it's not a convertible car. It looks like those who know, man, they used to have these cars back. These little Jeeps. How they had those little Jeeps. That there was small Jeeps in it, but everything on the Jeep was Chevrolet made them, and also Jeep company made them too. Chrysler made them too. Yeah, where they have to be a car, but the top is canvas. Everything is canvas. But this one, I don't know who made this one. Look like a Subaru or some type of car like that. And it wasn't a modern car. I mean, it was modern for as the time was, but it looked like it had a little age on it. And then, but it was a canvas type top. You know, so it had a canvas type top. But I'm trying to describe it best as I can. And the canvas type, right, but it was green. And the front of it was kind of long, like, and I mean, I have seen it's an unusual car, so you know if you see it. I'm trying to think of the name of the old ones that they used to have. But anyway, so the top of it was canvas. So they had this policeman. So the man that was driving it, he was in like a Waffle House or some type like the IHOP or a Waffle House, a restaurant like that, and he was sitting down. It was in the morning. So he was sitting down there, man. He was relaxed and just eating his food and intermingling with the waitress or whatever. But the policemen, them, they was outside examining the car. They was going on because the man had to commit what I want to say, a sexual assault. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna say he had to rape somebody, but he might have been a serial rapist. I'm just all I can do is tell you like it's given to me, and he might have been living out the car because the way the vehicle, a sport utility vehicle, that's the way how it looked, how it was made, and so the policeman had that he had an investigator, whatever. He had a yellow type instrument. He was like looking for DNA or blood, whatever they was looking for. And he was all in the car, but the man in the restaurant, like he knew they was doing it, knew that they wasn't gonna find us. So I'm watching and observing it, and like in the dream to let me know that they was looking for that like he had committed a sexual assault. He had raped a woman, women. So man, they thought they had it, but he relaxed and said, man, they ain't gonna find nothing. Just like that. And he didn't say he didn't do it, he said they wasn't gonna find nothing. So I'm watching them as they go over the thing and they looking for it. And the reason why he was so lax and everything and know that they wasn't gonna find them, because he had done it on the canvas. And so all of a sudden he have a spot, but the authorities or the policemen couldn't find. Yeah, because it was a canvas tile and it looked like he was like he took the canvas down. That's what he was sleeping on or committing assault or whatever he was doing on that, and that's where it was. So I seen the spot, the semen spot or whatever the spot they was looking for. It was a semen spot, a DNA spot. It was on top of the canvas, and then on the top of the car canvas, and then they had another part that covered that on top of that, and then I woke up from that dream. So that's all I can tell you, man. I just can tell you what the Lord God give to me. And that's why they couldn't find it. And the van is the OD color car, OD green car. And it's not that big. It's not that big. And I can't think of the name of the type of car. Chevrolet made the car. I mean, well, General Motors made this little Jeep type car and everything was canvas on it. And so, but the top of this car was green. It had a little front. The front protrude a little bit, and then the back of it was a canvas top, but it wasn't that large. It was a two-door car. It wasn't that large of a car, large of a vehicle. It was like a little small sport utility vehicle, like a little small Jeep type vehicle, but it wasn't a Jeep. It was some other type of thing. It might have been a foreign car, but I don't know. But all I can do is tell you that the man is a serial rapist, and they really thought that he had the man who was looking for the DNA. He had it was a yellow type of gadget he had in his hand that he was looking for to find the DNA or the blood or whatever he was looking for. But he couldn't find it because it was like the man who was in the thing said, no, he said, no, they ain't gonna find it because he knew. Because whatever he did it on top of the canvas, which on top of the car, and he knew that they wasn't gonna look on top of that. But the Lord God showed me where it was at. It was a big round spot. It was on top of the canvas, on top of the car canvas, which the car's made up. And then they had another little part that goes on top of that. So, man, all I can do is give it to you like the Lord God have been give it to me, like I seen in a dream. So let's go. We're going to let me go here first. We're going to It's not going to take me long. We're going to the book, 2 books we're going to. We're going to the book of Jeremiah, well, 3 books, I guess. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 13. Yeah. So when you go to Isaiah chapter 13, look, Isaiah chapter 13, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Lift up the banners upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the north. For I command my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of the multitude in the mountains like a great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustered the hosts of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, even in the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Hallelujah, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It should come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore should a hand, therefore all, I got excited, forgive me. Therefore shall all hands be faint. Every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pains and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in the pain of a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flame. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with the wrath and the fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wage of Oprah. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, and the wrath of the Lord of hosts in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased robe, and a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man, that's what I read, they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone to his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces because of their eye. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravaged. So that's what I'm telling you. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of the king, the beauty of the charities, excellence shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It should never be inhabited, neither it be dwelt for generation. I'll repeat that. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 20. It should never be inhabited, neither should it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither should the Arabian pitch tent there, neither should the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and the stars shall, and the satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in the desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days should not be prolonged. So, I mean, just telling you, I can give it to you like I told you. When God give me a dream, then he give me the scripture to it. But, so what are the Medes? Persia. The Medes and Persia and Babylon, those are tied together. And so, when God tell you that, they're going to have a nuclear weapon that can go off in the Medes, in the land of the Medes. That's what it said. See, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. They should not regard silver, as for gold, it should not take. See, but you got also this. All right. Well, let's go to verse 19. So, well, I'm not gonna skip. Their bows shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. That's the children. And their eyes should not spare children. In Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the charity, excellence shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So you know that that's a nuclear weapon going off, man. Come on, man. And there, yeah, and there shall never, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall a raven pinch tent there, neither shall the shepherd make their fold there. And the wild beasts of the desert, and the wild beasts of the desert, I'll give to just like the Lord God given to me. The wild beasts of the devil shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. Owls shall dwell there, satire shall say. And I have read this to you before. Yeah, go look, go see. All you gotta do is Chernobyl in Russia, and see how it is there after that after that great meltdown happened. See what happened there. And that's what's going to happen. I tell you again, I tell you over and over again. The wicked, those who say they're Jews, not those wicked people, watch what they do. Watch when it's not over with. You think that little skirmish that they did, man, and that's just God getting them started. All right. Well, when you see that nuclear weapon going off in that place and the meltdowns and all that, that's going to happen in the Medes, in that land. Okay, well, all I can do is give it to you that the same thing going to happen to New York City. I have read that to you. Yes, I have read that to you too. Man, I'm just telling you that's what's going to happen. That's prophecy. That's why the Lord God tell you, man, seek out prophecy. Know the prophecies. And that's what they don't. You don't know the prophecy that these things are going to happen. All right, well, that's all I can give to you. Isaiah chapter 25. Isaiah chapter 25. And I just finished reading this to you. Go read that. Go read Isaiah chapter 25. Well, because, oh, man. All right. Look, and all the kings of Gomorrah, and the kings of Isaiah chapter 25. And all the kings of Gomorrah, and all the kings of Elam, and all the kings of the Medes, and all the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, all the kingdoms of the world, which are upon the face of the earth, and the king of Shishak shall drink after them. Therefore should they say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, God of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spear and fall and rise no because of the sword which I shall send among you. It shall be, if they refuse to take the cup in thy hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, you shall surely drink. For lo, I begin to bring evil upon the city which is called by my name, and which this city is called by his name, Jerusalem. Come on, bro. And should ye be utterly unpunished, ye should not be unpunished. For I will call for a sword upon all inhabitants of the earth, said the Lord of hosts. Therefore prophesy thou against them in all these words, and say unto them, the Lord shall roll from on high, and utter his voice from the holy habitation. He shall mightily roll upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they traded the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. A noise shall come even from the ends of the earth. And the Lord has a controversy with the nations. That's everybody. He will plead with all flesh, and he will give them that are wicked to the sword, say the Lord. All right, well, let me finish this up. And thus say the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. And the slain of the Lord shall be in that day from one end of the earth even unto the other of the earth. They shall not be lamented, nor gathered, nor buried, and they shall be dung upon the ground. I told you that dream before, where I woke up and seen the dung there. Holler, ye shepherds, and cry, and wallow yourself in the ashes, ye principal of the flock. For the days of the slaughter and of your dispersions are accomplished, and ye shall fall like a pleasant vessel. And the shepherds shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape. The voice of the cry of the shepherd and the howl of the principal of the flock shall be heard, for the Lord has spoiled their pasture. And the peaceable habitation are cut down because of the fierce anger of the Lord. For, tell you what he said, he hath forsaken his covert as the lion, and their land should be desolate because of the fierceness of the oppression, because of his fierce anger. And that's what because the way they done us, the way they done Israel, his people, Man, come on, bro. Jeremiah chapter 25, I read, let's start at verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, the king of Judah, that was the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. That was Jeremiah the prophet speaking to all the people of Judah and to all inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, from the 13th year of Josiah, the son of Ammon, the king of Judah, even unto this day, that is the 23rd year, the word of the Lord hath come unto me, and I have spoken unto you, rising early and speaking, you have not hearkened. And the Lord has sent unto you all his servants and prophets, rising early, sending them. But you have not hearkened, nor inclined your ear to hear. They say, turn you again now, everyone from his evil way and from the evil of your doings, and dwell in the land that the Lord hath given unto you, to your fathers forever and ever. See, that's our land. And go not after other gods to serve them and to worship them, and provoke me not to anger with the works of your hands, and I will do you no hurt. Yet you have not hearkened unto me, said the Lord, that you might provoke me to anger with the works of your hands to your own hurt. Therefore, thus said the Lord of hosts, because you have not heard my words, behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, said the Lord. And Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, will bring them against this land, against the inhabitants thereof, against all the nations around about, and will utterly destroy them and make them astonishment and a hissing and a perpetual desolation. Moreover, I will take from them the voice of the mirth, the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, the voice of the bride, and the sound of the millstones and the light of the candle. And this whole land shall be a desolation and astonishment. And these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. But you know, that has happened, and that's over with, really. Yeah. And it shall come to pass when the 70, because I finished telling. And will come to pass when the 70 years are accomplished, that I will punish the king of Babylon in that nation. And the Lord, say the Lord, for the iniquity in the land of the charity, will make it a perpetual desolation. And so the 70, I told you, man, the 70 years are up. The 70 years are up. Now what's going to happen? The punishment of what? The king of Babylon. Both of the kings, really. Babylon, the spiritual Babylon and the physical Babylon. That's what he said. That's what he said. I'll punish the king of Babylon in that nation. So what it is? Babylon in the nation. What is that nation? Come on, man. United States, bro. Say the Lord, for their iniquity in the land of the charity will make it a perpetual desolation. And so when they say perpetual, what are they going to do? I just finished reading to where you can say going to make it like Sodom and Gomorrah. And what is that here? Nuclear weapons, man. And I will bring upon the land I will bring upon that land all my words which I have pronounced against it, even all that is written in this book which Jeremiah had prophesied against all the nations. See, that's the whole world. It's all of them. For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds, according to the works of their own hands. For thus say the Lord God of Israel to me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I will send thee to drink. Okay. And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. And that's what's happening now. So, man, you just started, man. All right. Then took I the cup of the Lord's hand and made all nations to drink unto whom the Lord had sent me. To wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the king thereof, the prince thereof, to make them a desolation, astonishment, a hissing, and a curse as it is this day. Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and his servants, and his prince, and all his people. And all the mangled people, all the kings of the land of Uz, all the kings of the land of Philistines, Ashkelon, Azar, Ekron, and the remnant of Ashdod, Edom, the Moabs, and the children of Ammon, and all the kings of Tyrus, the kings of Zidon, the kings of the isles which are beyond the sea. This is a world war, man. This is a world war. This is the world war. It didn't start it. It didn't start it, man. It didn't start it there. I'm just telling you. Dedan, Timar, Buz, and all that are in the uttermost corners, and all the kings of Arabia and the kings of the many people that dwell in the desert, and all the kings of Gomorrah, all the kings of Edom, all the kings of the Medes. So I told you, man, I'm telling you, all that is started. All that is started. Now I had started off reading. That's where I started off reading. All right, well, let me finish reading it to you again. All the kings of the north, far and near, one with another. So we don't say all the kings of the north, far and near. That's the kings that was right down there today, which was near the time, and the far of us today. With one another, all the kings of the world upon the face of the earth, the king of Shishak shall drink after them. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, drink ye and be drunk, and spur and fall and rise no more, because of the sword which I shall send among you. And that sword hath already started. And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup out thy hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, you shall certainly drink. And man. Because the whole world, what the whole world has done. When you go read the testament of the 12 patriarchs, and the Lord God said, he had to send Israel, disperse Israel to what? All the nations. That's what I'm just telling you. And what they have done to all the nations, man, them people despise us, them people hate us, man. Come on, man. Not the Jews, man. Them Jews try to be Israel. I keep telling you, it's two different people. Jews are one people. Israel is another people. If the Jews, are the Jews hated throughout, no, the people consider them what? White people. Come on, bro. That's all they are. Really, truly, they're Esau children. But they got you believe what? They got everybody believe that they are God's chosen people when we are God's chosen people. If there was God's chosen people, they wouldn't be doing all that filthy stuff that they're doing. All right. Well, let me finish reading it to you. No, I'm just telling you. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly unpunished? Now, so what's the city called by his name? Jerusalem. You should not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, say the Lord of hosts. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation, shall give a shout as they tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. A noise shall come even from the ends of the earth, for the Lord have a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, say the Lord. And that's a war. The war is already started, man. Man, you see when them nuclear bombs gonna be falling, you're gonna see. You're gonna see this. I'm telling you. Oh, I tell you, man. Well, let's finish. A noise shall come from the ends of the earth, for the Lord have a controversy with the nation. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, say the Lord. Thus say the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall come forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coasts of the earth. And the slain of the Lord shall be in that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, nor gathered, nor buried, and they shall be dung upon the ground. How ye shepherd, cry, wallow yourself in the ashes, ye principal of the flock, for the days of your slaughter and your dispersions are accomplished, and you shall fall like a pleasant death. So who are the shepherds? I would say, how ye shepherds, and cry, wallow yourself in the ashes, you principals of the flock. And who are those? The pastors, the preachers, the shepherds, oh man, the teachers, all those people been preaching these and teaching these lies and saying all these things. Man. All right, well, I'm just telling you, keep telling you, get out those church houses, synagogues, sanctuary, because the Lord God is angry. And he's mad because what are they doing? Because you didn't turn God's house into a house of ill repute. Yeah, you didn't turn God's house, you didn't turn the house of prayer to what? A house of death. A den of thieves. That's we haven't turned God's house into what? A den of thieves. Okay, well, let's finish reading. That's all right. And then Israel, yeah, you done stole Israel. You done stole them Jews. You done stole the land. At least you claim it. You think it's the stolen name. This is stole God's people name. Man, you're going to pay for all that. And this is what God's telling you, man. All right, well, let's read it one more time. How you shepherds and cry and wow yourself in the ashes, you principal of the flock, for the day of your slaughter and your dispersion are accomplished. And you shall fall like a pleasant vessel, and the shepherds shall have no way to flee. See, the shepherds, so who are the shepherds? And the shepherds shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape. A voice of the cry of the shepherds and the howling of the principal of the flock shall be heard, for the Lord has spoiled their pasture. Man, I'm telling you, man. Told you, man, when that killing started, and I think it's already been started, we just not see it. When that killing started, and they used to be killing them Christians, who the Christians gonna be killing? The saints of God. That's what they're gonna be killing. And those people in that church house, they're gonna be them demons and them devils. Gonna be killing them. All right. Well, all I can do is tell you. Dream I had. Man. I told you this dream before. I can't really see it. Man. Well, anyway, let me tell you what happened. Man, I saw Warrenwood, and I told you this dream before. Man, it was beautiful, man. So, man. See Warrenwood coming out all so slowly and all so graceful. And looked like a burning lamp. Man, it just was coming down. Ooh, man, that thing was so pretty. But boy, when it hit, I told you where it hit at. I told you, man, when that thing hit in the Pacific Ocean, and all of a sudden, boy, that wave went way from the Pacific. I live in New Orleans. And so to drive from here to California, they said 3-4 days. And boy, when that wave hit, man, that wave just hit and it kept on going. Just kept on going. Man. I told you, man, I saw one. I done seen more than that. The shaking that's going on in Puerto Rico, yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing. It's gonna be way worse than that. Because you have these people want to have both sides. They want to be like Esau children, claim themselves to be white. That's what they do. And follow behind all Esau's wicked ways. And then when they see Israel, people of color, dark complexion people, or they know Israel. I mean, we got some that are fair skinned. Israel people got some of us are fair skinned and everything, but they know us. They know us. And bro, they hate us. Oh yeah, they hate us. They hate us? And they know us and they hate us. But you're going to be over there in that land and everything, discriminating against Israel, God's people. And they're not just that, they're doing all over the world. That's what they have done. That's what they do. They discriminate against who? Israel. We are for a rob and we are for a prey. We are spoiled, we're hidden in prison holes, and we are prisoners in church houses. All I do is give it to you. If you've been listening to message that the Lord God has been given to me to give to you, you know that these things are true. All right. Well, you live in them. Man, don't be deceived. Don't be deceived, bro. Don't think these things are not happening when they're happening. Just think that's that one person. That's a lie. You are hated all over the world. All right. Okay, well, I'm just telling you, places I've been, always the same. Always the same, treated the same. Okay, where is that? All right. So let's finish reading this, and then you'll know what's going on. Because it's already happened. And you shepherds shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape. And the voice of the cry of the shepherds and howling of the principal of the flock shall be heard, for the Lord has spoiled their pasture. And the peaceable habitation are cut down because the fierce anger of the Lord. That's the Lord doing that. Told you, man, you better come out of this church house and go and say, they don't have nothing to do with the Lord that God. Nothing. They don't have nothing to do with the Lord that God. Okay, well, you just keep on. He had forsaken his covert as the lion, and his land is desolate because of the fierceness of the oppression and because of his fierce anger. That's because of what they have done to us. And I told you, man, when you go read the testament of the 12 patriarchs, and they tell you, say, man, when Israel become a nation again, what did it say when after Israel become a nation? But the kingdom of the enemy should be brought to an end. And that's all that's about. Man. So it already started. I told you within 3 years. I told you what the Lord God told you. See, the first year, I'm coming to cut off your right hand. Second year, I'm coming to cut off your left hand. And third year, they just took my head and just turned my head like that, let me know I'm cutting off your head in the third. So this is the first. I told you within 3 years, man. I got so much I could tell you. And I'm gonna revisit. I'm gonna revisit the nukes that had fell. Man, I'm gonna revisit that, man. Wait a minute, see. I'm gonna revisit that with the nukes that fell. Oh yeah, because those things are happening right now. It seemed like it was gonna never happen, then all of a sudden, boom, it's death. Yeah. All right, let's read this one. All right. Let me see. Destruction was everywhere. These beings came down, and these beings came down to try to destroy us. I was with a young lady. I thought I was a daughter, and as the winged man, the winged man tried to destroy me and touch him. And I made him weak as I touch him, and I call upon the name of Jesus. So that's one of them. I want to look for it. I want to look for it. So when I want to look for the dreams again, where the nukes fell. Got about 2 or 3, more than that. More than that. I didn't read it to you. I didn't read it to you, bro. I didn't read this to you. Yeah, well, oh, here it is. Here it is. I'm gonna read this and then I'm gone. Yeah, man. It's late in the evening and the sun is going down. And well, you know, I tried. You know, that's the way how the Lord had it to be this day. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little different, but the Lord God, you know, I don't have no control over it. No, the Lord God has control over it. And them dreams, I tried to bring in them dreams this morning, but there's a reason and purpose for everything under the sun. And I guess the Lord God wanted me to bring it down. This camera and all that's acting up, but don't worry about that. Let me read. That's why I tell you, man, don't look at me. You ain't never got to look at me. All you do, listen to my voice. Listen to that Spirit of the Lord in me as it comes out to me. And it's going to happen to you. Once you get back in the bonds of forever covenant, man, God's Holy Spirit gonna come out to you, man, and you don't have to worry about all that foolishness. Don't, man, because God's Holy Spirit gonna come out to you, bro, and it's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be a marvelous thing. So, anyway, I was with these people in the city. It looked like New York. I didn't see when the nukes fell, see, but I saw the results of them. The first one, you could see the white ashes, just like I finished reading that too. The first one, I could see the white ashes floating down like it wasn't ever going to stop, like the volcano ash. Some just didn't pay attention. As I was leaving, going out of harm's way, they dropped more, trying to kill much people as they can. But some was trying to leave the city as myself. Then they dropped 2 more, and the Lord had me in a perfect spot. Now, see, I had shelter on my right side and left side and covering over my head. They had a few spots that wasn't destroyed. They had this man with a weapon just talking. This white man or Esau children, devil's children. He still was trying to sneak up behind this man. I cried with a loud voice and said, don't you do him anything. And he looked at me and still didn't repent of their white racist ways. Next, I jumped in the water with the woman and left. Yeah, so I mean, all I can do is give it to you like the Lord God give it to me, and forgive this video. But I'm not making another video. Just listen to what I got. Just listen to as the Lord God give it to me to give to you. And I told you when these people start attacking you, that's what they're doing. They're attacking me. Yeah, man, that's what that's doing, attack me. And when you see these videos and things, that's attack you to make sure you don't want to listen. Oh, man, that's not perfect, man. Now get off of that. But you got to understand how these things are. And I wasn't even supposed to bring you this message. But this, like I told you, the Lord God is leading because, man, you're in a terrible time. It done been birthed. Yeah, we see what what's going on in Iran. The Medes, that's who the Medes are. The Medes and the Persians and the Babylonians, Iraq, Iran. Come on, man. This is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit to the Lord of hosts. And I'm Elijah. Until next time.